It's a nice day today, although you still see the dark clouds, but like I predicted yesterday, it's only scattered rain showers now, not heavy downpour, so which is a lot better. And today, I expect them to be on their last forms and they will be pouring it. Then they can continue on tiling the whole pathways in my area. So you're looking at the weather and the view from the little England of my husband, the old bus, you know. So this is his place now, ready for him to design anything.
I asked her, right, to get me some pots for my orchids. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to get some nice pots. Look at the crap she has actually bought me. And they're repaired. And they're not the same. She knows I got a touch of OCD and that drives me absolutely nuts. I reckon she does it on purpose. I'm going to have to put her across my knee and give her a few packs on the bum. But at least Willie's lights turned up. There's his solar light, like that. Someone was asking me if it includes a panel. Yeah, it's a whole kit. 1-1 I think it was. Even the remote control, even the batteries come for the remote control. And it's got a waterproof connector. And so he should be all set. And let's turn it on. Yep. So Willie will be chuffed. She can go and take that to him on Sunday. Go on out with him. 3 kilometres up the hill and 3 kilometres back again. She'll enjoy that walk. But she won't enjoy it as much as I enjoy the peace and quiet. Give me a break. And I'll be able to do a video and hopefully she won't nick it. I'll try and get it up before she's back.
And looking at here, they are now ready to pour the forms, the last forms here on my driveway that will protect it. So over here, as you can see, there's old Lito on his rendering. Ni Will. And then diri ni Will kay kuangan og yuta. And you see that I put a little passage here for them to go through because we will make a gate on here. And I didn't continue on to where the bridge is because I want the water to go to that PVC pipe underneath, and we will cement this one as well in here. So it's all gonna be clean. When we floor we will put a slab here where they're gonna go in, and also where the drainage is, so it cannot be covered with dirt. So around this area. So we will make a gate here for them to access on the back and the gardens on the back. And also that's where the toilet's gonna be, on the back. And going on this other side. You can see that Old Willie is almost just on the last end, but all here is already been flattened. You can see it from here. And even the front, he's already done this one on the front, right towards there. So he done the fronts first this morning. Now he's on the last end. So I'll have them cleaning that off or render it properly so it will look nicer, because as you can see, it's only, you can see the blocks from there because they only render on the top. So they are now pouring the forms that they have made. So the little passageway here is for access on the back, so they won't have to go in the front of the Little England anymore to keep this side clean as well. And then all the toilets down there can be accessed without going through inside my main gate. I stopped really helping them. It's only a small, tiny pour. And why do you have to need a lot of people? There are already 2 of them helping it. It's almost done. Whereas they won't assist really and over here. So let me check what he has done. As you can see, he has done this part here, and it needs cleaning up. Take out all this cement that's sticking on the wall. Ni Will, kuhaan ni siyang kanino Will ba? Kanini pilit sa bongbong. Barahan na siya ni Will kay aron parihag na ngin ana ba. Kara kana diha finishingan na lang na. So I told him to break that one that's sticking on the wall, so we can just render this side. It's just cement that fell off from where they're rendering. So he's breaking that off where they just pour the cement to make it more neater, that don't just leave it like that. All the cement is hanging on to the middle and the earth on the bottom, it will be taken off. So I want it all the same, so then they can render that part where they haven't been rendered. So here we have to clear out here to make it even in here as well. So that's why I don't want him to help them. He's only a little poor. He doesn't need a lot of people. So they have done the pour on this side, and now they're just doing that little bit there. Where the little entrance going for the back. So that's the little bit left now. I'm going down to the city because I'm gonna have to get some steak, is what Old B has fancied tonight. So I don't have steaks anymore on my stock, so I had to go and pick up some to appease him, because he keeps on moaning about I am stealing his videos. So like yesterday, I have made pasty and quiche for him. So there's my quiche, so he won't have to moan. He got the pasty, he got the brownies, now he got the quiche. So I'm gonna have to slice it so he can have a piece. I'm gonna give him 2 slices of his quiche, and look what he wants me to. Our pasties are like, he wants it cooked both sides, you know, like it's brown on the front and also brown on the underneath. So double baking is our pasty, which those recipes I learned from my father-in-law, Old B's dad, because Old B's dad, in World War II, was a sniper, and he is a POW in Germany. And after he was released during the liberation, he then worked for this army as a chef. So he's quite good in cooking all the English dishes. And like I said, he's not used to measuring. He just measure it. He knows, you know, without measuring, he knows how much per, like the quantities without measuring, which really amazing, because when I actually measure it, it's accurate. So like if that's 2 cups, he just grabbed 2 in his hands, and that's 2 cups. But my father-in-law was actually a POW during the World War II. In fact, he was tortured there in the German camps, that, you know, where his fingers was also broken up by the Germans during the war, because he's a sniper. So he can't use that one anymore. But that's another story. It's not for me to tell. It's, I think, for Old B to share with you the story of his dad during World War II. And the thing is, I was able to meet him, because when me and Old B coming over here first time, he told me that his dad had been they were told by the doctor that his dad had got 6 months to live. But after that, when I meet him, he was really in a bad state when I arrived in England. But I gave him more than just 6 months, what the doctor told him. So he's staying with us, me and Old B, in our house, and I took care of him. And then he was able to see our daughter born and able to play with our daughter. So that was another 18 months instead of the 6 months that the doctor was telling the family that he only got 6 months to live. So that was quite a good extension, and I was able to learn so many things from him, especially cooking English dishes. So I'm going now to get some steak, because he fancied mashed potato, steak, green peas, And I like mine with all the works like the grilled mushroom, grilled tomatoes. So I'll be showing that to you later how I'll cook it. Our dinner for tonight, steak. The best ones is to get it from S&R because they got some nice steaks there. So that's where I'm going. So it's not very bad today, although they got scattered rain showers, but not as bad as it used to be for the last 4 weeks. That it's just heavy downpour. So it's becoming traffic now again in Cebu City, just like normal rush hour. And a lot of people are going out despite the quarantines and the restrictions of quarantine pass and coding of the car for Mandaue City. But a lot now is going out because it's MGCQ for the last couple of months, so it's getting better. I think next month, because it's only until October 31 was the MGCQ, it will be another MGCQ extension just to be awkward. I'd like to show Greg Boleto that there is Cadbury milk here in the Philippines. There's the fruit and nut, and there is the plain chocolate. So like I said, it's a very common brand because a lot of groceries are importing Cadbury, so you don't have to worry. When you come here to the Philippines, you still can get the original Cadbury milk chocolate. So these are the prices of the chicken here in S&R. Actually, I buy all my chicken breast fillet here because they are more cheaper than the Magnolia or the local grocery store. The chicken liver is only $136.95 per kilo, whereas in the grocery is $140, $145. Some are even $150, but the chicken breast is the one that I'm coming here for most of the time. It's $224 per kilo, and it's $250 now in the local grocery. I've done a little bit of my shopping here in S&R for the steak that we're gonna have for dinner, and it's just 5:30, but it's now on the bear months, you know, October, November, December, and you can expect it's really dark now here in the Philippines at this time, starting 5 o'clock. So I'm gonna go through. You can tell if it's Mandaue area because there's a counter on the traffic lights. So I'm shocked that it's 5:30 and it's very, very dark now. I'm gonna go home and just pick up an Indian for my daughter. So this is what I mean about the traffic, that it's already back to normal despite that it's still on the limited MGCQ. We're still limited because they're still checking the quarantine pass in the malls, and they are still imposing when they like it about the coding of the car plates. Now I left S&R 5:30, and it's almost an hour that I'm traveling with this little bit of forward and then stop, forward, stop, a little bit of forward again. And I'm just getting frustrated because it's almost dinner time and I still have to make dinner for old B. And look at this, it's so traffic. I might as well have the other I don't know what I'm gonna give him tonight then. But this is what I mean. Despite the inspections and all this, people are now starting to go out. They're fed up with staying home. In fact, senior citizens are now asking to be let out of their houses because they are dying of boredom or got nothing to do. Their muscles have melt down, or they're just going like crazy, like they can't stand it anymore. For so long they're not allowed to go out because you're over 60. So I think they're easing up a bit, but that, like, you can see why the people are going out more now. It's traffic still, like it was before this pandemic come about.